Thank you, Mr. Garvey. So here's another one of those short books that we were talking about. The Year of the Bad Joke by Mr. Garvey. So, here we are, grads. This is it. This is the big night. I don't know how many hours have been put into this night, but I'm sure the numbers are pretty up there. People have been preparing for countless hours. We've planned, we've organized every moment, every detail. For example, there was creating the walk-up groups and picking the appropriate music for the walk, and then figuring out the seating arrangements and trying to find tables large enough to fit Grad plus family plus extended family plus friend plus cat plus dog, etc. And then there was planning the speeches, the suits, the ties, the dresses. Oh God, the dresses. There was searching through malls and stores and trying on dress after dress and asking the dreaded question, but does this make me look fat? What an ordeal this has been. I know personally I've put in several hours of planning, mostly writing a speech, waking up at obscene hours in the morning and going to my laptop, typing it out, rehearsing it, and trying to capture what to say to express how 107 people feel tonight. And for what? What has all this planning and organizing been for? What has all this time and effort been put in for? To celebrate our graduation, and to thank everyone who's taken us to this point in our lives. And I think that's worth all the planning and organization, because Brentwood is something worth being celebrated. Not just for the education it has given us, but for how it has changed each and every one of us into who we are today. So, when I first came to Brentwood, I was a slightly eccentric blonde girl with 9 years at an all-girls school under my belt. 9 years. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. So the first people I met were the short-haired, slightly loud Annie Zer, and that tough kid, Simon Adams, and the kid in the tie-dye shirt from California, who was, of course, Nick Lou. And initially when I met these people, I was petrified, especially of the boys. But I'd been uprooted from my comfort zone, and I was living in a dorm room that was roughly the size of a closet. But eventually, of course, things got better. I began to understand my house parent, Miss Maze's Jamaican accent. I learned how to play field hockey, and I realized that the Brentwood kids were not that bad after all. And a place that was once strange and unwelcoming became what I now consider to be a second home. And there would be no Brentwood for me or anybody else in this room if it wasn't for the parents who had given us the chance to come here. Mom and Dad, for giving me the chance to come to Brentwood, I cannot thank you enough. And I know it's been hard going to the country club in Arizona without me, but I appreciate your sacrifice. But in all seriousness, to all the parents out there, I want to say thank you, because Brentwood has helped us grow up. I grew up here. We all met amazing people and tried things that we would have never tried at home. And there certainly is a huge difference between life at home and life at Brentwood. Brentwood is not only a new school, but it has new parents, new rules, and new routines. For example, life in Alex's house was not like life at home for me, and my Brentwood parents were a little different than my parents at home. Now, all of us, grads, I'm sure our rooms at home look like a bomb has exploded in them on a regular basis, and our parents will nag us to clean it, but they never go to serious measures. At Brentwood, a prefect busts into your room at 7:45 a.m. with a clipboard and a pen to check if your bed is made and your garbage is out and you're in your #1 uniform. A little bit of difference. Another difference difference I noticed was curfew or sign-in. Now, not to say that the grads didn't have a curfew at home, because I'm sure we did, but we didn't routinely sign in our front hallway. Now that we've been at Brentwood for anywhere from 1 to 5 years, we go into automatic sign-in mode at 7 to 7:45 a.m., 6:35 p.m., 9:15 p.m., 9:35 p.m., and if it's a Saturday night and Brentwood is letting us go wild, we'll sign in at 10:30 p.m. Exciting, I know. But on the flip side, with meal times, my Brentwood parents were a little less strict than my parents at home. Now see, at home, I was the kid with the healthy bag lunch, the one that nobody wanted to trade with. You guys know that kid? Yeah. I wanted the pop and the chips and the candy, and I had the tuna fish sandwich and the celery sticks and the bottled water. Now, when I came to Brentwood, I discovered the wonders of uptown. Now, I had access to McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Subway, A&W, and Thrifties all the time. I was in heaven. And let's not forget that there are other things besides access to uptown that make Brentwood great. Where else could you have a house parent like Eileen Mays, or an English teacher like Paul Collis, or play any sport like rugby or rowing with a coach like Jim Burrows or Steve Cowie? Nowhere but Brentwood. We will forever be grateful to Brentwood for the education it has given us. We have been taught by passionate and intelligent teachers, and we have built our futures. And not only will we be grateful for what we have learned, but the friends we have made. Now, a cab driver once told me something that I pretty much thought summed up friends at Brentwood. He said, "The friends you make in high school are the ones you always remember. They're the ones you think about as you get older. They are your roots." And for me, Brentwood means these kinds of friends. Best friends. Friends that will always be with you no matter where you go. Brentwood gives us the best friends of our lives. Brentwood also gives us our futures and our passions and changed us so profoundly that we could not imagine high school any other way. And although you, Mom, Dad, and Derek are my family by blood, we have a family here that we will never forget. All the grads will remember each other and Brentwood as we move on in life. And through our travels and as we get older, I know we will always remember the school in Sleepy Mill Bay. We will think of it because Brentwood is an unforgettable part of our lives. So once again, to all the parents that have made Brentwood possible and all the staff that have made it extraordinary, I know thank you doesn't seem like an adequate word, but thank you.